Troy. How you been?
All right, excellent. Go over some key terms right quick. First one is going to be METTC. Is METT-C. That stands for Mission, Enemy, Terrain, Troops, Time, and Civil Consideration. Now, as you grow in the unit, you're probably going to have a lot of questions. I'll be surprised if you don't. And the answer you'll get most of the time is METTC. So, for example, we will teach you a certain way to have a fire team wedge. The guy on point is usually the fire team leader. Now, just because it teaches that way doesn't mean it has to be that way. You can put anybody on point that you want that is the strong suit of being on point. So you ask, the question, who, is it all right if I have so-and-so on point? The answer you'll get is METTC. So anything you need to do within reason to improvise, adapt, and overcome the situation. So that's just one small example of METTC. Next key term is going to be control measures. Control measures are graphical symbols on a map that establish routes. Those routes consist of a start and end point. Now, in between the start and end point, you can have as many waypoints, rally points, objective rally points, assault points, etc. in there that you want to make your life easy or your guide's life easy and to complete the mission. So that's control measures. Next key term is going to be CQB, or close quarters battle. CQB can occur anywhere. It can occur in cities, towns, villages, in a fucking forest, desert, wherever. As long as it's close quarters battle. Now, the next key term is going to be MOUT. M-O-U-T. That stands for Military Operations on Urban Terrain. Now, this can only happen in cities, towns, and villages because it's on urban terrain. So, MOUT is city, towns, and villages. MOUT will probably be the most difficult thing you do in the unit. Alright. Now on to first thing I want to accomplish today is pre-combat formations and checks. Now this is going to be something you do every time you get into the server, for lack of better terms, to do any kind of training. Emphasis on training, not an official operation. Training can be your squad training or platoon training. Not when we're deployed. When we're deployed, do something else. But when you're in a training environment, you will get into a pre-combat formation and do checks. The things that you want to accomplish in a pre-combat formation and checks is obviously getting into a pre-combat formation, which I'll go over in a minute. Next you want to do, and not in any particular order, is a buddy team assignment, a second in charge assignment, CLS. We do not deal with CLS. And OSUT, that is somebody in each fire team that is an extension of the squad medic. The squad medic cannot get to somebody in time. That CLS is allowed to push morphine and epi to bring that person up. They can't do any more than that. They can't push blood. They can't do anything else. So I'm not going to try to confuse y'all. All they're allowed to do is push morphine and epi. Next is equipment checks. It does not have to be extensive. Just a quick overview of important stuff. Example of some of the important stuff would be the extra belt for the AR. So everybody in the fire team should be carrying an extra belt for the AR. So that means the fire team leader, the grenadier, and rifleman all should have an extra belt for the AR. The AR needs to carry his complement of belts, but everybody else in the team should have at least one belt for that AR. Equipment checks would also be looking at the time of day. Do you need fucking your nods? You can find the time of day by looking on your micro dagger. It will give you in-game time. It's a good thing to look at before you step off. And last but not least is radio checks. Y'all do radio checks exactly the way we taught you on Tuesday. If you're a fire team leader, take the initiative and do radio checks down the line. Don't care who you start with, just get them done with the 3 guys in your fire team. So, hopefully you're writing this down. Go over it one more time. So you get kitted out. You'll get in a pre-combat formation. I'll tell you the formation in a minute. Buddy team assignments. Second in charge. DLS. Don't worry about that while you're in OSUT. Equipment checks and radio checks. Now, buddy team assignment. This is how we like to do it. There's a fucking method behind the madness. But the fire team leader and auto rifleman is one buddy team. The grenadier and rifleman is a second buddy team. That's how we like to do it. Day 3, you will understand more on why it is done that way. 2IC, second in charge. You always gotta have fucking redundancy. So if your fire team leader goes down, that second in charge of the fire team needs to step up. So being a fire team leader, you need to establish that second in charge of the fire team. Now, from the previous information I just gave y'all about buddy teams, why do you think it would not be a good idea to have the auto rifleman as second in charge? Does anybody blurt out an answer?
I can't think of one, Sergeant.
Sorry, say that again?
I got nothing, Sergeant.
Alright. So, there are multiple answers that you could have gave. One answer is he is the battle buddy of the fire team leader. So chances are, if the fire team leader goes down, the AR is not far behind. So right there, 2 guys are out, and that could automatically be the second in charge. So your team lead's down, your 2 ICs down, now your fucking third in charge is gonna have to step up, which is not always the best. So having somebody and the other buddy team as being the 2 IC is beneficial. Second, the AR is a force multiplier within the squad, or within the fire team. So his job is to suppress and take out the enemy. That's what his weapon system is for. So him being out of the game, trying to maneuver his guys on the enemy is not a benefit to the fire team by taking him out of the action. Make sense?
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Alright. So I'm just gonna pick somebody, fucking any, meeny, miny, mo type shit here, so it's just totally random. One of y'all will be a fire team leader for today, and the other one will be a grenadier. So, Private Brooks, you're a fire team leader. Private Rico, you're gonna be a grenadier. You will both be inside the same fire team. So at this point, I don't have much talking to do until we get after this pre-combat formation and check. So I want you two to follow me. We're going to get kitted out in your proper kit, and I will continue with the pre-combat formation and checks. So follow me, gentlemen.
And East Station Ascent, this is McCoy, radio check on tree 1, over. Sup?
Microphone activated. Microphone muted.
What? I was running helpers on day 2.
Sorry about that.
Are we getting out as Grenadier and...
Yes, you are.
I assume. Just gonna, yeah. Vector. Yeah. Right.
Two 1 3 1 core.
Alright. Come up on me. Alright. Yep, private. Alright, so a pre-combat formation is going to be 2 fire team files. So the way that's going to happen is you're going to start off with your fire team leader. You will be in the front, followed by the AR, then your grenadier, and lastly your rifleman.
Radio.
Now you're going to be in a fire team file, so just like that, just fill in the ranks right now, Private Rico. Yeah, which behind your guy, behind your fire team leader. Yeah, Sergeant McCoy, can you Specialist Gillen, can you fill in as AR for right now? Make a space for Specialist. Thank you. Alright, now at that, you're going to fucking kneel down. There you go. Now everybody's gonna keep it tight on you, Private Brooks. Call fucking shoulder to shoulder, butt to nut. So since you're gonna be Alpha Fire Team, you're gonna have the second fire team, which is Bravo, right next to you. So it's gonna look something like this. Just imagine having another 3 guys behind me. It's exactly how a pre-combat formation is going to look. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is you want to make sure you go on Whisper. Especially, yes. So especially when there's a platoon training going on, 60 motherfuckers in a server all in yelling is fucking mayhem. So go on yelling. It's gonna be control, left tab, and you'll see a little speaker in the bottom right hand corner. Make sure you go and whisper and try not to disturb everybody else. Also, whenever you're in a training environment, you are to condition for your weapons, which is mag out, throw it away, and your plate carrier. So, Private Brooks, make sure you do so. Alright. Now, it makes it a little odd here because we have to do some extra things here that we don't normally have to do because we're already grouped together when we load in as our squad. But since our helpers and y'all are in 2 different sections, our helpers need to join in off of y'all so everybody can be seen on your micro dagger. So all they're gonna do is ace interact on you, join group, and it will be good. There you go. Now next thing you need to do is go red. So Alpha fire team is red, Bravo fire team is blue, Charlie fire team, if you happen to be in a weapon squad, is yellow, and Delta is green. So you do the same thing, use your ace, control windows, go to team management, and click on the appropriate color. Since you're Alpha fire team, you want to click on red. There you go. So just some incidentals that we have to do here, but it's good to know because if you decide to fill in somewheres or do some fun shit here and there in a unit, it's most likely going to have to happen. Alright. Now, Private Brooks, do you remember what I told you the name of the Alpha Fire Team leader is going to be? I gave you 3 names, one for your squad leader, your Bravo Fire Team leader, and Alpha Fire Team leader. Do you remember? Yes. So since you are Alpha Fire Team leader today, you are going to be referred to as Alpha. So your guys behind you, they're not going to call you Private Brooks, they're going to call you Alpha, and you refer to yourself as Alpha. So pretty straightforward. Copy. Also, Alpha, if you would take off your MVGs, stow them in your backpack. You look like a beautiful budding unicorn. Alright. So I am going to hand off the rest of this check off to you, Alpha. Just told you about it no less than 5 minutes ago. So, make it happen. So the last radio check you do is going to be with me, actual. And when you are done with everything, I want you to let me know that you, as Alpha Fire Team, are done, so we can proceed to the next section for today. Make it happen. Nope, fire team.
Alpha, I think you're whispering still. Can't really hear you.
For now, so they can hear you, go in normal talk. But when you get established squad, established fire team, established squad, you don't have to tell them to get their radio program. That's all common sense shit they know that should be doing. So. Yep, send it. Then your question.
When it comes to doing the radio checks, does Alpha just go down the line of the file?
Well, I mean, it would make sense for him to do that. So, I'm gonna pick on you, Specialist Gillen, for a minute. Let's just say, for shits and giggles, Specialist Gillen didn't have his radio set in time, and Alpha started doing a radio check with him, and he got no answer. Well, I mean, instead of just sitting there waiting for a specialist to get his radio going, he could just skip him and start doing a radio check with you, Private Rico. You know?
Roger, thanks, Sergeant.
Yep.
Sergeant, may I start?
Yeah. Yep. Make it happen.
Specialist Gillen, this is Alpha, radio check, frequency 100.1, over.
Alpha, this is Specialist Gillen, leave it time, frequency 100.1, over.
Specialist Gillen, this is Alpha, roger, out. Private Rico, this is Alpha, radio check, frequency 100.1, over.
Alpha, this is Rico, loud and clear on frequency 100.1, over.
Rico, this is Alpha, roger, out. Salvatore, this is Alpha, radio check on frequency 100.1, over.
Alpha is Salvatore, radio limit charting frequency 100.1, over.
Salvatore, this is Alpha, roger, out.
Sergeant, I believe we're finished.
Like hell you are. What else you have to do? You remember about 5 things I told you about that you need to get done in a pre-combat formation? To do checks?
Yes, Sergeant, equipment check.
What else?
Buddy team, second in charge, and CLS, but you told us not to worry about it.
Excellent. Alright, well, finish those up.
Question, Sergeant?
Send it.
Shall I just randomly pick, SIC?
Sure.
Specialist Gillen, you'll be my second in charge for today.
Anybody but him. You remember why?
Oh, automatic rifleman, yeah.
Correct.
Private Rico, you'll be my second in charge for today.
Roger that, Alpha.
Like it.
Could everybody check their equipment, make sure they have extra AR belts, and make sure everything's all set and ready to go?
I like that too. All you're doing is putting it in their head. You don't have to fucking hold their hand and go through everything for them. If they still miss something after you ask them to check on it, then it's their fucking bad.
Okay, and guys, we're gonna have myself, Alpha, and Private Rico as a buddy team, and then Special Skillin and Sergeant Salvatore as second buddy team.
Mistake again. What did I say about buddy teams?
Grenadier and Rifleman go together, and Fire Team Leader and Auto Rifleman go together, correct?
Correct.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's not your bad, you're fucking learning.
Okay, and I think that's it, correct?
You're asking and telling me.
Apart from CLS, which we don't have to worry about, I believe I finished everything, Sergeant.
Alright, one more radio check.
Special Skillin, this is Alpha. Radio check.
Nope, you did one with special skilling already. You gotta do one with actual.
Oh, okay.
Actual, this is Alpha. Radio
Hey,
check.
Ty, how you doing, man?
100.1. Over.
We're on that.
Yep, special skilling is correct. That is wrong net. Right now, 100.1 is your team net. So the only people that are going to hear you on that net is the three gentlemen standing behind.
And I am having a good day. You? Yourself?
I won't even hear what's going on that net. I don't want to hear what's going on that net. Me being actual, I have enough shit going on in my ears to know what's going on in y'all's net. So, what is the other net that you want to talk to me on? What is squad net?
Isn't it T, Sergeant, or 100?
Excellent, yes.
Sergeant, I don't believe my T is transmitting, signal.
Did he set his additional?
Let's see. Anybody have offhand?
Is he on additional map? Make sure you check that.
Yes. Could be as simple as that. Private Brooks. Go to your radio. Go to
Right, channel.
channel 2. Does it say A2?
No, Sergeant, C2.
That's why. Yep. Usually the most simple things are the... Remember, you gotta go back to channel 1 after you make C2, A2 to make it all work right.
Actual, this is Alpha. Radio check on frequency 100. Over.
There you go.
Alpha, this is actual. I have you Lima Charlie on frequency 100. Over.
Actual, this is Alpha. Roger. Out.
Alright, good shit. Now, you need to let your actual know that Alpha Fire Team is ready to go. We'll get to your question in a minute, Private Rico. Because he needs that information. He needs to know that both his fire teams are ready to go, because he needs to call up to the platoon and let them know that his squad is ready to step off. So he can't say that until his two team leads check in and let him know that they are ready to step off. And 2IC is Private Rico.
Actual, this is Alpha. Alpha fire team is ready to go. Over.
Alpha is actual. Good copy on your last. Over.
Actual, this is Alpha. Roger. Out.
Alright. That was pretty nice for doing y'all's first. Pre-combat formation and check. That actually went pretty fast compared to most days, so... 2IC doesn't necessarily have to check in. I mean, how often does 2ICs check in on y'all squads? Sergeant Smith, Sergeant McCoy?
In a training environment, they do it more often, just for practice, but in an operational environment, not so much.
Alright. See, I'm just a little different here. We're in a
Question.
weapons squad, so I guess we might do things a little bit different than a rifle squad. So it wouldn't hurt. So the 2IC of Alpha. So
Microphone
2IC of
activated.
Alpha, do a radio check with myself, just to make sure you have comms with me. All you would have to do is just press 2 and key up your radio.
Microphone muted.
Caps lock and just say, actual, this is 2IC, excuse me, actual, this is Alpha 2IC, radio check, blah, blah, blah. So, let's get that done and
Roger.
get this over with. Yep.
Action.
Yep.
Actual, this is Alpha 2IC, radio check on frequency 100, over.
Alpha 2IC, this is actual, I have you Lima Charlie on frequency 100, over.
Alpha, actual, this is Alpha 2IC, loud and clear, out.
Oh, I said that clear.
Yep, finish your part over again.
Actual, this is Alpha 2IC, Roger, out.
Alright. Good shit.
Microphone activated.
1 second, Sergeant Marchiata. Once you guys put this in your notes, at all times, should a 2IC always need to do a radio check, because if you don't do your radio check, all of a sudden your team lead goes down, and you don't know if your radio was set properly or you're having messed up comms or whatever, then you're going to end up getting your whole team either isolated or killed. So, at all times, put this in your notes that you always need to do your radio check if you're a 2IC with actual. All I got, Sergeant Marchiata.
Microphone muted.
Thank you, Sergeant Smith. Question, Puerto Rico.
Yes, Sergeant. Could twice monitor or not?
Negative.
Negative.
Don't
Alright.
monitor. The most you're gonna have is squad frequency programmed and set for channel 2. So, heaven forbid, Alpha goes down. All you have to do is jump into your radio, change C2 to A2, go back to channel 1, exit out, and call up on SquadNet, stay in Alpha 2IC, checking in on frequency 100. I know right there that obviously fucking Alpha is down because you wouldn't be fucking checking in on 100 if he wasn't. So it's kind of redundant to tell me that Alpha's down and this is 2IC checking in on 100. Make sense?
Yes, acknowledged, Sergeant. Thank you.
Excellent. Alright, one last thing before we step off. Private Rico, I need you to go and change your helmet to a non-506 variant.
Roger.
This TP working?
Microphone activated.
Movement.
Microphone muted.
Alright. Good shit. Alright, Alpha, have you guys fall out to the red flag to movement formations.
Alpha
now.
fallout.
Microphone activated.
Formed. So, just get in the habit of, as you're hearing it, fucking echo it down to your guys.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yep. Alright, movement formations. I have a feeling they all didn't go to movement formations.
Oh boy. Oh, there's one. May he rest in peace.
Movement
sensor will reach.
Oh look, yes they are. They found Sergeant Smith's land nav course, it looks like. Just out in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yep.
Alright, Alpha, get you guys up on the fucking west tower. Alpha squad, head out to the... This is Alpha, head out to the west tower.
South copies.
Actual, this is Alpha, Wilco, over. Alpha, this is Actual, copy your last out. It was late, but I like it. Good use of fucking Wilco. Fucking good job.
Yeah, you want to get right up over here. Get right where I'm at so you can look down at all the glory.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Eyes on.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes. Oh, so enemy fire, enemy machine gunner? Oh, yeah, they would get annihilated because they're in a line, all grouped up.
No, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant. Have your right, Sergeant. Yeah, M320 arcs. Yep. With the AR and the rifleman, does it matter who's standing where? Roger, thanks, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Sergeant.
Sergeant. No, Sergeant. So that way they know that the man in front of them is clear and the path in front of them is clear. Yes, Sergeant. Where is squad lead sitting? Center? Yes, Sergeant. Alright, thank you, Roger, Sergeant. Eyes on.
Yes, sir.
Should be on the right. Left. Left, Sergeant.
No, sir.
Negative, Sergeant. Yes, Sergeant.
No, Sergeant.
Eyes on.
Left side. Wedge heavy left. Sergeant. Yes,
Eyes
Sergeant.
on. Fine. Friendly fire. Alpha's Bravo. Friendly's moving in. Watch your fire.
No, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant. Eyes on. It does.
Yes, Sergeant. Heavy left, Sergeant.
Heavy. Yeah.
No,
Thank you,
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Thank you,
No,
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant. Are they in the Vic? Yes, Sergeant. With the two rear, the next two guys up in front of them are part of the same team. Yeah. Yes. Oh, right.
And another question, Sergeant.
Thank you.
You said in the rear, there's the AR and the squad lead for the second fire team. Oh, okay. Yes, Sergeant. Yes,
Yes,
Sergeant.
Sergeant.
No, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant. Oh. Uh. The diamond formation for team. That was just dude up front, rear, left, and right. Basically, yeah. Yes, Sergeant.
Sergeant, should I be radioing to my fire team, or?
Squad or Alpha. This is Alpha. Make sure we're heading down. Following Sergeant.
Over.
Roger that. Eyes on.
Alpha Squad, this is Alpha. Teleport to movement course on the white flag. Over. Actual, this is Alpha. Alpha Squad is ready to go. All here. Over.
Alright, gentlemen, follow me. Alright. So everything that Sergeant Smith went over with you is going to be in the movement category.
The difference between movement and
Microphone
maneuver
muted.
is contact. Contact definition of that is when you are engaged with the enemy, or should I say actively engaged with the enemy. Now, movement is when you are not in contact. So movement is when you are not engaged or actively engaged with the enemy. Maneuvering is when you are actively engaged, you're in contact with the enemy. So this little verbiage here kind of amplify what I say. So tactical movement is the movement of a unit assigned a tactical mission under combat conditions when not in direct ground contact with the enemy. Tactical movement is based on the anticipation of early ground contact with the enemy, either en route or shortly after arrival at the destination. Movement ends when ground contact is made or the unit reaches its destination. So, once contact is made, you are now transitioning from movement to maneuvering. Now, continuing with movement, because this is our movement course. The key to moving successfully involves selecting the best combination of movement formation, which is what Sergeant Smith went over. That's your formations, and movement techniques for each situation. Leaders consider the factors of surprise, surprise, net TC, in selecting the best route and the appropriate formation and movement technique. The leader's selection must maintain cohesion, maintain communication, maintain momentum, provide maximum protection, make enemy contact in a manner that allows them to transition smoothly to offensive or defensive action. Now, obviously, first one, maintain cohesion. It's self-explanatory, so is the communication. Next, momentum. That's a biggie. Not as big as, I mean, they're all important.
It's muted. I think my mic was muted the whole time, and I apologize for that. But hey, Mark. Wow, my mic was muted the whole time, especially when I was talking. Hey, Mark, how you doing, man? I don't know if Ty, if you heard me earlier, maybe my mic was muted too as well. God, I need to pay attention to that more. My mic was muted on the stream. But let me know if you guys want me to keep the screen on in game, or if you don't mind if I'll tap out or whatever. Cause I need to type some up. But if you always still want to see the animation, these guys moving or whatever, let me know and I'll try to do it on my laptop.
Is speed because we are light. So we're able to outmaneuver, outmove the enemy, whether it's before or during contact. That allows us to get to where we need to go fast. It doesn't allow them to prepare for us. So if we just lollygag, take a bunch of short halts before we get to our AO, that goes against us. That is in favor for the enemy. That allows them to shift troops around, call in reinforcements, start reinforcing certain areas. So our momentum is a big part in success. Now, provide maximum protection. That goes in hand with what Sergeant Smith was saying about your formations, what movement formation to pick. Some have better protection than others. So obviously, picking a formation for the circumstance, the terrain that you're in, is key. and obviously make enemy contact in a manner that allows them to transition smoothly to offensive and defensive action. Now, that is more so on your team leads and squad leader. If your squad leader happens to move your guys unwillingly or even willingly, which is worse, into enemy contact, not knowing or knowing and just saying fuck it and doing it anyway, that's really bad. So always want to try to stay ahead of the game, look at what it could possibly be, enemy contacts or possible enemy contacts while moving. You definitely want to keep a good eye on the terrain, because if you do come into contact with enemy, you will hopefully leave yourself with some options. And I'm going to stop it there because we're just dealing with movement. So this next little section kind of sums up the last part, which is careless movement usually results in contact with the enemy at a time and place an enemy's choosing. To avoid this, leaders must understand the constantly changing interrelationship between unit movement, terrain, and weapon systems within their area operations. This understanding is the basis for employing movement formations, movement techniques, route selections, and navigation across danger areas and security. Alright. So, depending on what formation you're in, every soldier has a fucking standard position. I'm not saying those positions can't get changed up, but they have quote-unquote standard positions. Now, depending where you are in that formation, you have a sector that needs to be covered. Now, don't get bored covering your sector. Say for shits and giggles, you're covering the right sector and all the shit's going down on the left sector, and you want to keep wanting to look over your shoulder to what they're shooting at. That's not a good idea. That's where you got to have faith in what your brothers on the battlefield are doing, that they have their shit on lockdown. They know what they're doing, so you don't have to worry about what they're doing. Because your job is covering your sector, and everybody's looking in one spot. That's all the enemy needs, and one asshole with a pistol can sneak up and put a few rounds in everybody, and nobody will be the wiser. So, moral of the story is, don't drop your sector, keep it covered, scanning, no matter how fucking boring it might be. Chances are you will get in contact with the enemy, because they don't discriminate. Now, formations, depending on what they are, at TC, they do not demand parade ground precision. Means they do not have to look fucking spectacular and evenly spaced throughout. But you do need to fucking retain flexibility. Need to be able to fucking morph, I guess you would say, your formation as the terrain sees fit. And I'll give you an example of that in a little while when we start taking a stroll with terrain, and you'll understand that a little bit further. long routes. We're gonna be doing that shortly here, but this is something that you will come upon in a route. Chances are you will at some point cross a fucking road. A main supply route, an alternate supply route, a fucking backwoods road. At some point, going from your fucking dismount or LZ to the AO, you're going to probably cross a road at some point. A little bit fancier verbiage for that would be a linear danger crossing, which is something you see behind me. Now, obviously, if you're taking contact with the enemy, setting up a danger crossing is, for lack of better terms, fucking retarded. That's not something you should do. It's putting your guys out even in more harm, because they're going to be putting up security with basically no hard cover. They're out in the open, pulling security when setting up a linear danger crossing. So, if you're getting shot at, forego a danger crossing. Just do what you need to do to destroy the enemy. I don't want to get too far into that because that is fucking maneuvering. But let's say, for learning purposes here, we are not in contact. We are moving from our dismount dismount or LZ, and we are pushing to a rally point or AO, and we come on to this fucking road. Well, it's called a danger area for a reason, because the danger is heightened when you are in any particular area. Some of these are kind of funny because obviously they are fucking danger areas, but some examples would be an open area, so fields. Next would be roads and trails, villages, because obviously fucking villages would constitute fucking MOUT, military operations on urban terrain, and that there is just fucking crazy dangerous. Enemy positions, yes. Minefields, which we don't see many of, but stay the fuck away from it. Streams can be very dangerous. If you have to fucking cross a stream, you get slowed down. You might have to do a quick swim, even though that's not fucking accurate. With fucking 30 plus kilos of fucking equipment on you, you're not fucking swimming across a fucking waterway. And wire obstacles. But we're just going to focus on this danger crossing right here. Alright, so first off, the direction of movement, direction of travel. If you see the red arrow down at y'all's feet, that is the direction of travel. So y'all are pushing towards me. For learning purposes, let's say shits and giggles, the squad itself is pushing this direction. Well, the squad leader, if he's in tune with the terrain, he knows that he's coming up on a fucking possible danger crossing. If not, he is relying on his point fire team to relay that information. We would like to think so, but the fucking squad leader cannot know everything all the time. So yes, he does rely on his two team leads and the rest of his fucking squad to be his eyes and ears. So let's say he forgets, or he doesn't know that there's a danger crossing coming up, Alpha Fire Team or Bravo, whoever's on point, needs to relay up to their squad leader, letting them know or her know that there's a fucking danger crossing coming up. The squad leader will react to that. Depending on where they are at, he'll call for a short halt. Now in a short halt, if there's cover, find it, get behind it. If it's around, if not, kneel, go prone, if all possible. Just don't stand there. You know, give yourself some kind of fucking fighting chance if you're, you know, let's say in this situation. Now,
User disconnected from your channel.
calls a short halt. He is going to make his way up to the point fire team to assess the situation. You know, does he or does he not want to set up a danger crossing? It's his squad, it's his prerogative. Is it wise to set up a danger crossing if you're not in contact? Yes. Does he have to? No. So, that's an assessment that he makes when he comes up there to assess what he's looking at. So, he assesses it, he says, alright, we need to make a set up a danger crossing. Just something doesn't look right, so you need some kind of protection while they cross it. So he'll call up to his fire team leader that's on point. You know, so-and-so fire team, this actual, I need you to set up a danger crossing time now. That's all.
User entered your channel.
Because they're going to take it from there. The fire team leader is going to call up to his team and echo what the squad leader said. Alright, so-and-so fire team, we're setting up a danger crossing. Calm down. Everybody will respond, you know, affirm. Roger. Now, the first two people that need to move and set up their near side security is going to be the AR and team lead. That's the first two people that's going to set up security. Now, this is the near side security right here, because that is the near side of the road to the element. Now, question for y'all, just let her know if you know the answer. Since it's the AR and the fire team leader setting up security on the near side, is there a certain direction one or the other should be facing? If you look at them, one's facing, you know, that way down the road, the other one's facing this way down the road. What you think?
Would the AR be on the side where both sides receive contact?
Yes, exactly. So, that there, when a team or squad is really gelling together and they have some good members that are, you know, on their game, that doesn't need to be said. But when you have a lot of junior guys, a lot of green guys in your team, it doesn't hurt for the fire team leader to take fucking charge of his team. Let him know, alright, AR, I need you to fucking put up security on you know, southeast side of this MSR. I'm gonna look on the northwest side. You know, just don't let somebody fucking come up here and then like fucking get in that middle of, oh no, what the fuck do I do? Where do I look? You know, take the initiative, take charge, and let them know where they gotta look if they don't know already. So, alright. So, a little quick recap. The squad leader tells their point fire team he wants this fucking danger crossing secured. Point fire team leader Radio's up to his team. Alright, we're fucking detting this danger crossing. We're securing this danger crossing. They all fucking roger back. The team lead and AR get up from behind cover, and they move and they get to the prone position quick. All this has to be done speedy. Now, you gotta remember spacing. This here is too close. You see the guy here and the guy there, that's way too fucking close for a danger crossing. They want to be spread out probably another 20 meters. Because you don't want to bottleneck the rest of your squad and or the rest of the platoon. You know, you can have another 3 squads, 4 squads pushing through here from your danger crossing. So remember spacing, keep it wide. Alright, so team lead, AR, get down, they go prone. The AR calls up to the team lead, letting him know that he is set. The team lead, once hearing that his battle buddy is set, he'll call up to the second buddy team and let them know that the near side is dead. Now, upon hearing that, the second buddy team, which is the Grenadier and Rifleman, they hurry up and pick up from cover and follow me, gentlemen. They're going to push through. They're not going to fucking run in front of the AR team lead, because that's crossing the barrels and their fucking security is compromised at that point because you just ran across their barrel. So you're going to push through their security like this. They will go prone on the 4 side. That is their job. Since the team lead and AR takes up the near side security, the second buddy team is going to take up the far side security. So once you get from cover, you cross the road, push out about 50 meters that away in the direction of travel. You look out, see what possible dangers they are. If there's none, that's good. If they are, call it up. You're going to come back. You will go prone here and there. And obviously the 2IC is going to be in charge of the second buddy team. It's not a fucking democracy. So need to have some kind of fucking leadership. So the 2IC will be in charge of that second buddy team. Now, depending on the circumstances, I would put the Grenadier look in the same direction as the AR. Just because they have a vastly superior weapon system compared to the Rifleman. Now once the second team is prone, whoever is 2IC, and whoever is in charge of that second fire team, not fire team, excuse me, buddy team, their buddy member just needs to call up to them. You know, so-and-so is set. Because the 2IC is going to call up to the team lead and say, Team 2 or far side security is set. Once the fire team leader hears that fucking far side security is set, he'll call up to his squad leader. Actual, this is so-and-so, danger crossing is secured. As soon as the squad leader gets that information, not a second will go by before himself, the Mike, and the trailing fire team will pick up and push across this security going in the direction of travel. They'll fucking sprint across to hurry up and get across, because right now this fucking fire team is in a bad spot. It's a necessity for them to be there to give security for the crossing, but still, all in all, they're in a bad spot. They have no hard cover. They're out in the fucking open. So that squad leader and that second fire team wants to push across as fast as possible. And obviously, whoever is the last person that is crossing needs to call last man to the near side. So as they're pushing across, is the last man, and they're just going to keep on pushing. When the near side security hears last man, they know it's time for them to fucking recover, and they push in behind everybody else. Now, depending on who it is, it's either the fucking AR or the team lead, whoever's the last one across. The far side security, they'll just fucking yell out last man as they keep pushing. Once the team 2 hears that, they recover and they fucking rejoin the rest of the squad and they keep pushing. Now, all of that can be done while on the move. If the point fire team is out far enough, there really shouldn't even be a reason for this to even stop. Once it's a well-oiled machine, fucking the point fire team notified that there's a danger crossing. Squad leaders say, alright, I want you to secure that danger crossing. They'll have this shit set so quick that the squad leader and the fucking trailing fire team don't even need to stop. They'll have it secured, they'll fucking keep pushing. They'll call last man, and this fire team that's setting up security will rejoin the ranks while the rest of the squad is still in movement. They won't even have to stop. It'll be fucking a beautiful thing. So that's something to strive for. But it don't always happen that way. You can have a short halt, need be. But like I said, when everybody starts gelling, that's when you can set up this whole danger area, execute it, and get it on the other side of the road without the fucking squad ever stopping. So, I'm gonna do a quick recap. Your squad's moving formation. They come on a danger crossing. The squad leader deems it necessary to secure the danger crossing. Calls up to the point fire team, lets them know that he wants this danger crossing secured. Team lead acknowledges. He'll fucking just tell him Wilco. He'll call up to his team. Alright, we gotta set up this danger crossing.
You know, dead ahead. Fucking team lead, AR, hurry up and pull up security on the near side. AR face in the direction where contact's most likely. They call up to the second buddy team saying that near side security is set. Second buddy team will push across, go out about 50 meters in the direction of travel, do a quick recon, test the terrain. If there's any possible danger, there is, call it up. If not, don't worry about it. They will push back. They will set up the far side security. The non-2IC of that buddy team will call up to his buddy saying that so-and-so set. Obviously the 2IC of that second buddy team will call up to his team lead and say the far side security is set. Fire team leader relays that information to the actual saying danger crossing is secure. And at that point, it's a fucking sprint for the finish line with actual squad mic and a trailing fire team as they push through the security. So the once point fire team is now being leapfrogged by the rest of the squad, and they now become the trailing fire team. There's no fucking rule saying that the point fire team has to stay on point. You gotta fucking be able to fucking morph and still go. So I know it's a lot of information, but it's actually quite easy to do. Do I have any questions or comments on what I just went over here?
Yes, Sergeant. I had a question.
Yep.
As far as radio goes, like comms between the fire team, is it necessary to maintain like the formality of it for time's sake?
No. You don't have to say actual, this is... you don't have to say Alpha, this is Margiano. Over. No, just say... Alright, for example, the way the comms would go for the near fire, the near security, the AR would just be like, AR set over comms. And the fire team will, you know, he'll hear that his buddy just said that he's set. He'll call up and say, alright, near side is set. Because he knows he's set. His buddy just said that he's set. There's no reason for the fire team leader to call up and say, hey, I'm set also. You know, just near side security is set. And the other team, the other buddy members will fucking run across, do that security, and they'll just say, near side, far side security is set. It's going to be really informal at that point, just for the sake of time constraints, because you don't want these guys out in the open, you know, as vulnerable as they are set up to security. So yes, yeah, just forego the formalities, but don't forego the formalities all the time. You know, you want to keep some kind of strict radio procedures, especially when the shit's hitting the fan. Then you definitely want to try to keep to a point. When it's inner fire team shit, that's probably as... Alright, let me start at this. Buddy teams is really informal. You know, it's fucking, you know, me and Smith or Sergeant Smith and I are fucking buddy members. I'm just gonna yell at him, Smith, Margiana, you know, we're going over here. Or, hey Smith, we're going over here. Because usually if we're buddies, I know his voice, he knows my voice, and that's good enough. Now you go up a little bit higher, you're trying to get in touch with your fucking team lead, you know, you're not going to call him by his last name. You know, Alpha, this is so-and-so over. Because now he's dealing with somebody else in his ear. Not only his team, but he's dealing with actual in his ear. So you got to be a little bit more formal at that point. You know, and keep that formality. Just to keep him from going in crazy on who's trying to get in touch with him, you know? Even though he might know your voices, but when shit's going down, he's trying to maneuver his fucking fire team, and he's trying to relay shit up to actual. It's better for him or her to keep it more formal. And then obviously, the higher you go up, it's going to be very formal. You know, when you're in a squad lead position and you're fucking calling up to platoon, it's very formal. It's always you, this is me, over, and outing shit. Buddy teams, fire team level, going up to your fire team leader, I would out it. But if you're talking between buddies and shit, I hate to say it, it goes against everything I teach, but if you don't out something on that level, I wouldn't fucking chew you out for that. Because it's that informal. You know? Usually shit's going down and you need that quick communication going on. But definitely don't talk over each other, especially when you're kind of formal talking to your team leader, because you're doing the whole you, this is me, over and out shit. I mean, it's just good not to over talk anybody in general, but you'll get the feel of it when you get billeted. So, hope that kind of answered your question.
Yes, Sergeant. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Private Rico, you have anything before we move on?
Thank you, Sergeant.
Excellent. Alrighty. Follow me, gentlemen. You know, just touch base as we're getting over here. You know, say fucking, you know, Sergeant Smith and I are battle buddies, and I happen to see somebody that could be flanking him on his right. I'm not going to go through the whole fucking procedure of say, you know, Sergeant Smith, Smith is Margiano over. I'm going to start fucking yell at him, hey Smith, look to your fucking left, you know, somebody's trying to flank you, something like that. You know, at that point, you forego all that fucking, you know, proper bullshit, you know. It's either him living or you waiting for a response, you know. Usually when you start yelling over the radio at somebody, you know, that they're in trouble. I mean, you don't want to freak out, but you want to be stern and let them know what's going on. So, all right. Now, this is a long halt formation right here. This is not a formation per se that we use often. Yes, we do take long halts, but it won't look pretty like this. You know, it would be nice to look pretty like this, but it fucking fact of the matter is, it's not. Now, long halts are taken when we've reached a objective. Let's say we finish clearing out a town, and we push to the far side of the town to the limited advance. Well, we hear that a possible reinforcement or counterattack is coming. So it all pretty much is the same between a short halt, long halt, you know, setting up a defensive posture. You're always going to be covering a sector. Now, a short halt obviously is not going to take as long. You know, you're going to stop for, you know, maybe 30 seconds, you know, unfuck a situation, and then continue your movement. Well, a long halt is something that's, you know, you're going to be in some kind of stopped position, halt position for an extended period. Well, when you're doing that, you need good 360 security. So that's why you see
how this is. You're setting up good 360 security. Now, the long halt is going to be set up off of your squad lead. So this gentleman here is your squad lead. This one here is your squad medic. The 4 gentlemen here. You got the buddy team here, your buddy team here. That is the point fire team. So when he calls fucking for a long halt, the point fire team is going to be here and here. They're setting up security based off the position and the direction the actual is facing. Since this is the direction of travel, he is going to have, this is his AR. Just don't mind their weapon systems, it's kind of fucky. But obviously you want to have the AR in the direction of travel, along with the Grenadier facing the same direction of travel. Which means that this is your AR, this man here is going to be the team lead for the point fire team. And then this here will be your Grenadier. And this is his battle buddy, which is going to be your fucking AT. And you see how they're fucking off from each other. One's looking downrange, the other one's looking off his fucking flank. You know, there's no reason for this guy to be looking that way because his fucking right flank of his buddy is covered, his rear is covered by the other side. So what is he doing? He's, you know, the rifleman's covering his battle buddy's fucking left flank, but he's also covering the left flank of the long haul. Same thing, well, opposite is happening on the right side. The team lead is covering his buddy's right flank, but he's also covering the right flank of the long haul. Now, just think of a mirror opposite of the backside. This is the trailing fire team. You got one buddy team here, and the other buddy team is over there. You'd have your ARs facing to the 6 o'clock position, along with the Grenadier, and obviously you'll have either AT or your team leads looking on the flanks. So, it's pretty simple. Does it have to look this fucking pretty? No. As long as you have good 360 security coverage around, and people are fucking covering their sectors, then that is good enough. Remember, it doesn't have to have any kind of parade ground. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty if it works. You know. So, this is a very important time here. You know, shit's kicking off that direction. These gentlemen here need to keep their sectors covered. Last thing you want to do is have this guy get bored out of his mind and he starts fucking looking around this way. You know, while he's dropping his sector and he gets nailed in the back of the head. His buddy gets fucking domed because he just now dropped his sector, which is also covering his fucking battle buddy's fucking flank. So, you know, don't get bored with that shit. Now, obviously it's good if you can find hard cover. You know, doing any kind of halt in a open area like this sucks. If you need to, find hard cover, which is a rock wall, tree trunks. It's kind of iffy. Sometimes they will work, sometimes they don't. But definitely a rock wall or earthen defilade is probably your best. So, just use common sense. you're in a halt, and they got fucking some kind of hard cover to your fucking left or right by 10 meters, fucking run over there and get behind it. Now, don't go doing that if your whole fucking fire team is over there. That's just not using common sense, and that's just plain stupid. You know, I'd rather go out prone somewhere than fucking be huddled up behind a rock with 3 other guys. So, yeah. Situational awareness, common sense. Common sense is common, but not really. So, this is a lowdown on a long halt. Any questions? Alright. I kind of missed back here. If you look, that is a short halt. They stay in formation, so they happen to be in a fucking heavy left wedge. And you can see, just for example, that is the sectors that need to be covered. See how they're all facing?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's the sectors you need to cover. So, one thing the rifleman can't forget is that his sector is the 6 o'clock of the team. Now, if they're the point fire team, not so much, because obviously he has actual squad mic and a trailing fire team behind him. But if you're the fucking rear fire team, you definitely want to make sure, if you're the rifleman, you're looking out at the 6 o'clock of your team to make sure nobody's sneaking up on you. Also, while you're in movement, you know, you're the rifleman, you want to fucking, you know, free look. You want to left halt, hold left alt, and look back behind you while you're fucking in movement, just to make sure, you know, some lone gunman isn't fucking sneaking up behind you. It happens. So, there's a lot of information I'm throwing at you, but practice will make you better. Alright, let's move over to the checkered flag. Gentlemen. Alright, so this is kind of set up to have you walk this, move this course as in a fire team, but I think it goes better with me walking it with you so you can better understand it. I can't quite go over shit when I'm trying to keep y'all in formation. Moving in formation is easy enough. That's probably the easiest thing we do. Yes, it gets fucked up, but still, I'm not worried about you fucking looking pretty moving in formation. So just kind of follow me and walk with me through this terrain feature here so I can describe what's going on here. So y'all just walk with me.
Sergeant?
Is that it?
What is the walk key?
Try Control C.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Alright. So right now, we're being, let's see, actually open up your map, hit M. I'm gonna throw out a, alright, I don't know if y'all can read grid yet, but look at grid ref 227203 to the northeast of the map. You see like a yellow circle kind of going around. Alright, so where we're at right now is the start point, right before the green line, right here. And what you are seeing, of what we're down inside of, is this terrain feature. Well, actually, we're right here. So we have the option to either go this way, go that way, or move this way. Obviously, we want to move in this direction because this is where we're going. I mean, technically, I would push all the way through here to get over there, because this is like way to fuck open, but whatever. For the how it's set up, that's how it is. So even getting up to here. to go over a stage crossing, but just seems like we always fucking run out of time. So, Alpha from here to the flags. Way down there you have eyes on. Alright, I want you to take your team from here to there and a fire team wedge. You can pick what heavy side you want them on. I just want you to get them from point A here to point B there. Once you get to those flags, I want you to do a short halt for me.
Alpha fire team, this is Alpha. We're gonna be moving out in a heavy left side wedge. Over.
Roger.
Yep. Sounding for it.
Alpha, let's move out.
Shit.
Alright, Alpha, short halt here.
I mean, you can see how far you guys are spread, so that whole little terrain feature that we were going in, they definitely would have been spilling over the side, so that's good. You want to keep good spacing when you're in movement. Alright, rally up here on Sergeant Smith.
You guys hear me?
Microphone
you guys hear me?
activated.
Yes, Sergeant?
Right. Alright, so there's difference between movement and maneuver. Sergeant Marshall went over that. And basically, move maneuvers happens whenever you get engaged by contact. So we stop our movement and we easily transition to maneuver as soon as we get engaged. So first things first, when the shots gets fired or it goes off, you guys gotta immediately hit the deck. So your face should be touching the ground. If there's no cover nearby. If there's cover nearby, you're gonna immediately run towards that cover. Now the reason why you guys want to hit the deck first is because you want to eliminate the eyes of the enemy from seeing you. That's why you want to hit the deck, then look for the cover, then run to the cover. So we're gonna say that we took contact to our northwest, which is those targets. So go ahead and demonstrate that. Hit the deck, find some cover. There you go. And you guys are gonna bring up the contact ports at the same time. Do we know what contact reports are?
Yes, Sergeant.
Copy. Bring no contact reports. If you just spotted them and they're not engaging you, then it'll just be a spot report. Alright, once all that's set and done, now we gotta maneuver an enemy. We never want to sit here and just engage them. All you guys are gonna do is allow them to maneuver on us and call for reinforcements, and we're gonna get flanked from rear. So the best thing for us to do is move as quickly as possible and engage them before they can do anything else. So the performance we're gonna do here now is what's something called bounding. Now we could do either peeling, we could bound, or we could actually be a base of fire as a whole squad and allow another element to maneuver. There's many ways we could actually effectively engage an enemy and take them out. So, let's go over real quick 3-second rush. So now, if we don't have cover next to us, let's say we're behind this cover, and the cover's 100 meters ahead, right? And you guys want to do a 3-second rush. So, still, once again, you need to wait till a person's covering you. So, say I'm Private Rico. Alright, what's up, Private Rico? Alright, you cover me, I move. Let me know when you're ready or set. Private Brooks would say on the radio, alright, I'm set. Private Rico, that's your cue to move. You're gonna let him know you're moving. Alright, I'm moving. You're gonna run. I'm up, they see me, I'm down. And then you're gonna hit the deck. Now, usually, if you have a rifle or something on your hand, usually it'll push you out a little more further. The reason why I say I'm up, they see me, I'm down, is because that is within 3 seconds. And 3 seconds is usually the amount of time it takes for a person to actually react to seeing somebody and then trying to get their sights on the target and engage them. So by that time, you already hit the deck before they can even pull the trigger. Any questions?
No, Sergeant.
Okay. Alright. Now, this course, even though this rock wall is about within 50 meters ahead of us, and you're going to have to do a 3-second rush in order to get to that cover, we're not going to do that right now. We're just simulating a gunfire, and it'll take forever for you guys to do a 3-second rush until you get to that cover. Does everyone understand me?
Yes, Sergeant.
Alright.
Yes, Sergeant.
Went over alternate bounding and successive bounding. So I want you guys to get yourself online on the rocks. Alright. So let me show you guys successive bounding. Successive bounding basically is that when the element is already bounded, you that is bounding, you're going to bound to where you're online with the person that bounded before you. Private Brooks, I want you to go ahead and move up about 5 meters. Alright, Private Rico, go ahead and move up to your online with Private Brooks. Alright, Private Brooks, go ahead and move up about a few more meters as well again. Alright, Rico, go ahead and move up a few meters. All line with him. There you go. That's successive bounding right there. Now go ahead and turn around. Alright, now alternate bounding is like leapfrogging. You're going to bound past the person that bounded before you. If I would have moved up 10 meters, then someone who's bounding past me will move up 15 meters. They're going to bound past me. Private Brooks, go ahead and move up a few... Actually, no. Private Rico, go ahead and move up a few meters. And Private Brooks, go ahead and move past him. Alright, Private Brooks, go ahead and move... Rico, past him again. Yep, alright. I'm reconvening back over here. Alright, so now we know what alternating successive bounding is, correct?
Yes, Sergeant.
Alright. Now we see how it looks like. Now we gotta know the terminology we gotta use to make sure that we can do this effectively. So first off, is that, like I said, you guys can't move unless there's one element covering you. So if the whole fire team gets engaged, then you guys will split up into what?
Buddy teams?
Buddy teams, there you go. Split up the buddy teams so the whole team could maneuver on the contacts. If it was a squad, then of course there's already teams. The platoon gets engaged and all 4 of the squads will start maneuvering and bounding towards enemy contacts. The buddy team got engaged, then you guys just split up individually and bound up, but you guys will still stick together. You guys won't get split up too far apart. Alright. Now we know that we need to split up to 2 elements. Next, we got to make sure that we know who's moving and who's ready and who's set. So when you guys are online, now it's time for you to move. You guys split up 2 buddy teams and respectfully, or whatever you guys split up to 2 elements. So one guy to cover, one has to move. So either you guys make initiative, or team leader, you make the decision. It's either or. So Private Rico, if took contact immediately and your team's already up online, you'll tell them, all right, we're covering you, Alpha. If you want to start bounding up, we're still covering you, or whatever. It's either take an initiative, do it quickly, or wait for the orders your team leader to tell you, and your team leader will tell you, hey, you guys cover, we move. All right, understand me from that point.
Yes, Sergeant.
All right.
Yes,
when decisions already been made on who's moving, at this point, the element that's moving has to wait from the element that is covering to say that they're set and covering. Private Brooks, let's say you're moving. You have to wait for Private Rico to say that he is set and covering. When he says he is set and covering, then you have to say on the radio or on yelling. That depends on how close you guys are, but since you're on buddy teams, you guys say on the team net. Say on the radio, Roger, we're moving. You tell the person who's moving with you, whatever element, either it's your total team, then communicate to your team. If it's your battle buddy, then say on yelling, all right, we're moving. And then you're going to run towards the cover. because there's bullets being shot at you guys. You don't want to walk and give the enemies enough time to shoot at you. You're gonna run towards the cover. Once you're set, don't call us set until you are basically your rifles are up. Can someone demonstrate that for me? What I mean by saying that you're set. Sergeant Salvatore, can you like point your gun down to the rock wall?
Yeah.
Yep, thank you. Alright, so right now Sergeant Salvatore is not set. Now, when his rifle is pointed towards the range and he is able to engage targets, then he is set. Now Salvatore was doing this. Is he set right now?
Negative, Sergeant.
No, he's not. His hands gonna be shaking around and he can't engage targets. Alright, any questions?
No, Sergeant.
Joy, Sergeant.
Alright, any questions how to bound before we start?
Negative, Sergeant.
Okay.
Are we just gonna, Sergeant? Are we gonna do the regular? Which type of bounding are we gonna be doing?
You're gonna be doing both. Just follow along the course of rock walls. You will see the difference between the two, and I will tell you guys. Alright, now while you guys are moving, me and Sergeant Margetta will be commentating. You don't have to stop while we're talking to you. You should be able to hear at the same time while you're saying you're set and moving. Not that hard to do both of those things at the same time. Alright, go and split yourselves in the buddy team. Give me a buddy team on my right, another one on my left. And Alpha, let me know once your team is set. Alright, Brooks, take your buddy team over here. And I need to see a buddy team right here on this side.
You guys should just get in on me. That side.
Alpha Squad, this is Alpha. We're gonna be bounding.
You go either you tell your teammate to come to you, or you go to your teammate. Your 2IC, make a decision.
Now, what's his name?
Alright. You guys let them know you're set. Alright. This course is designed for the guys on the left to move first. So Pirate Brooks, you guys are gonna move first. Alright, let's make this happen.
Alpha Squad, we're gonna be moving out. Just let us know when you're ready to cover us. Over.
And refer to yourself as Team 1 and Team 2.
Team 1 will be moving out. Team 2, let us know when you're ready to cover. Over.
This is Team 2. Roger. We're set. Covering.
Moving.
There you go, make sure you're running. Nice job. Get into the guy cover while you're gonna walk well. Nice job.
Team 2, Team 1 is ready to cover you when you're ready to move. Over.
Move it.
Remember, you got enough room in front of you. Space out those rock walls.
Remember, you want to keep it as short as possible. Team 1 set covering. Team 2 moving.
Team 2 set. Cover.
Team 1 moving.
There you go.
Team 1 set.
The young ones, y'all there?
Move it.
Yes, my whispering.
I don't know if these flags over here will take you. I know for sure though, the flags over there, all the way down over there, the red one will take you to the op 4 hill, okay?
Oh, straight up to the hill?
Yep, take straight up the hill, yep. And then when
I'm ready for Alpha Squad.
copy, when
Team 1 set.
the firing is done,
Team 2
then
moving.
the flag will take you towards the end of the bounding course. That way you know we're about waiting for a teleporter running down.
Is it labeled and
Team 2 set?
Yep. Yep.
Team 1 moving.
I'm gonna head up there then. It's on 3-1 or are we on 3-2?
Tree one. Yep.
Team 1 set.
Team 2 moving.
I noticed the difference between a successful and alternate. Now you're doing alternating bounding. You're bounding past the element that bounded before you.
Team 2 set.
Team 1 moving.
Team 1 you set.
Team 1 set.
Team 2 move it. Team 2 set.
Team 1 moving. Team 1 set.
Team 2 moving.
That meant to be on group chat.
Team 2 set.
Alright, go ahead and hold. Excellent job. Were we able to see the difference between successive and alternating, correct?
Yes, Sergeant.
Alright, we noticed that the first one was alternating. And then, sorry, first one was successive and the second one was alternating. Alright, I'll give team 2 collapse over team 1 over here.
Move it.
Are y'all there? Alright, I'm gonna go over. Next thing is peeling. This is another type of maneuver. Now, just like with bounding you can use to, like I said, maneuver onto the enemies and to break contact. There's another way to maneuver and break contact. Sometimes you can establish an ambush with this type of movement as well. Alright, so peeling is basically a lateral or horizontal movement. What you guys are going to be doing is that you're going to be peeling to the direction that you are ordered to move. So, if you're given an order to peel left, you guys will start peeling all the way out to the left until you're told to stop. If you're ordered to peel right, you'll peel all the way to the right till ordered to stop. Now, the difference between these two is that, the difference here between bounding is that now, you guys aren't pushing forward. Like I said, you're moving laterally. And the person the furthest away from that movement will move first. So what I mean by that is that you guys were given an order to peel left. The person on the extreme right will peel first. So, which one of you think is you're the one that's going to be peeling first?
Are we peeling left, you said, Sergeant?
Yes.
That would be Private Rico, right?
Yes, that would be you, Private Rico. You'll be the one peeling first. No, not yet, not yet. I was just saying. You're the one to be peeling first. We're given an order to peel right. Who's the one to peel first?
Private Brooks, sir.
There you go. Alright, so let's say we're given an order to peel right. This is how the movement will go. Now, swiftly smooth as this. Either the squat, so peeling can either happen individually, which means one person at a time. By buddy team, so two guys in a buddy team will peel first. Or by a team, so a team will peel past the squad or whatever. Or by squad will peel, so a whole squad would peel together as a group or a platoon, and so on and so forth. Right now, though, usually we always peel individually because it allows more weapons downrange. So, I'm a squad leader. I told Alpha and Bravo to peel left. Alpha, since you're in the far right, you guys are going to peel first. So, at that point, that's when Private Brooks, you're going to say on your team that, alright, peel left. Let's say I'm Private Rico. Private Rico would just be Private Rico number 2. After I hear that, I'm going to say on the radio, Roger, peeling left. I'm going to make sure I'm on yelling as well. This way everyone else around me can hear me who's not in my team. Roger, peeling left. Back away a few meters and run the direction I'm supposed to peel. Now I'm going to walk just to simulate everything all together. So I'm going to run to the left, and then as soon as I pass the person that was to my extreme left, I'm going to say last man. I'm going to run all the way down to the far left till I've met the last person that's on the far left. I'm giving myself spacing between him and I. And then I'm going to start engaging down range. You have to say that you're set. Now, for what Private Rico number 2 should be doing, when he heard last man, he immediately moves back and starts going. He's going to wait about a half a second. So after I say last man, he'll back off. And he'll start moving until Sergeant Salvatore, hey, you're last man. He's going to run down. Everyone understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Alright. Alpha, go ahead and peel left.
Alpha, peel left. Over.
Roger, move it.
Last man.
Set.
Remember, you move. You don't worry about wait for the person to say set. You move as soon as you're told you're last man. Go ahead, Brooks. Go ahead and move. Go ahead and move. It's a non-stop movement.
Last man.
There's Salvatore, you're moving now. Alright, AR. Remember, don't say last man.
Last man.
Go, Brooks.
Last man.
Alright, Rico.
Last man.
Sergeant Salvatore. Remember, it's a non-stop movement. We are able to cover the ground. You guys go ahead and hold.
Last man.
Alright, so let's say the contact was right here. Let's say they're thinking that we're running away. With us moving constantly and look like we're trying to rush out of there, they're gonna end up thinking that we're basically falling back. Essentially, though, we have a squad waiting for them right behind that incline right there, or under this defilade. As soon as that squad starts, the enemy squad moves in that position, they get killed. So, but yeah, that's the way I was telling you guys about bringing in an ambush. All right, any questions appealing?
No, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant.
All right. We'll go over that during the mount. Just remind me, guys, to go over 5 S's when dealing with civilians. All right. I'm gonna leave you guys back to Sergeant Margietta. We'll go to the live fire bounding course.
All right. Follow me, gentlemen. We're going to take some flags to the next portion. Follow me. Let's see. Movement. No. All
Bound to Overwatch course is over here on the.
Yep.
It's this one.
Yep. You can go to
The green one should have all of them right now.
the red one. Does. Yep. All right. So you want to go to the bounding Overwatch course, gentlemen?
Do not click end of, just bounding Overwatch course. Castile's trying to beautify up.
2 seconds, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You know, kind of my makeup smeared, so I'm trying to fix it.
Let's put it this way: thermobaric grenades, RPGs, RPK magazines.
I feel like we're now putting a mortar at the rear while Marjorie is briefing. Just put some intensity.
Yeah, sure. We can mortar them. I got mortar rounds. Maybe you'll grab my mods. I grab the HE rounds. Okay, why can't I still run? Did they lower the kilogram max?
I don't know.
Because now I'm at 46.32 kilograms and I'm too heavy to run. yours was 145. I'm just an idiot. So we have a question for you, Sergeant Smith.
Go ahead.
Who's sexier?
Jeez. It's a loaded question already. Smith already thinks I'm the ugliest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, his face, you know.
Yeah, but I have a balaclava on.
Yeah, exactly. He's covered it up. So as have I.
Just for you.
Let me get off the map. Let me check.
It's the question is, it's whose gear is sexier here?
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about appearances. I don't like the helmet you're wearing, Vin.
But it's titanium and bulletproof.
Well, McCoy.
When my wife hit me in the head with.
Both you look almost similar, but McCoy. I mean by similar, I'm like your sexierness, I guess. But McCoy kind of outmatches a tad bit.
Well, you see, the reason why that is because there's no ERMV fucking big bags that carry lots of rockets. I need this space for extra RPGs and thermobaric grenades.
But what about the helmet, though?
The helmet is to stop bullets. Gives good reason why I have not died yet.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna hope not to die because Smith is gonna set me to invincible. Maybe. Hopefully.
Who else?
Quest has been denied.
And I match up perfectly, except for the backpack.
Backpack looks like a huge tuna can dick. Even has like the the detailing on the top. How about that?
Better? Yeah.
I don't care. You can do whatever you want, man.
Actually, that backpack is fucking heavy.
That thing is massive, dude. It's like almost the size of your person.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying I gained 3 kilograms by dropping that thing.
You got heavier when you put that down?
I got lighter when I put it down.
Oh.
Actually, maybe
Hey, McCoy.
Yeah.
Ballin just said you for the win.
Said McCoy for the win?
Yep, he said RPK or nothing, boy, for the win. Or FTW.
I'm using RPK.
I'm using the PKM because I want to try an optic. I have an RPK loadout. That's what this normally is. Blue 4 is up 4 on 3-1, send traffic, over.
I should give myself a long range reminder.
Van, you ready?
I need earplugs. Wait a second.
Blue 4 is up 4 ETA, 2 mics, and ready to go, over.
Ready?
Op 4, this Blue 4, copy out.
I'm ready.
Alright.
So the cocksucker's up on the hill, be ready
Blue
in 2
4,
minutes.
this is up 4 on 3-1, over.
Sergeant?
Wait, 1. Op 4, this Blue 4, so you try.
Blue 4 is up 4, disregard last. We are good to go on your mark, over. Op 4 out. Oh, look at that radio protocol. Boom, boom, boom.
I will shoot you here and now.
It was alright, can match what you hear on Platoon Net. That's like intermediate level.
I've heard Platoon Net. Dude, that was some fucking Platoon level shit right there, son.
McCoy, let's put it this way. I got thrown into Platoon at my first night fire team meeting.
It says he said the RPK with the black stock can have an optic, I think.
What?
Yeah, the one I'm using right now.
Oh, end quote.
Sons of bitches.
Microphone muted.
What I'm doing right now, Ballinger, is trying to plan out the route of my bot training. Alright, so from the base,
The black stock?
over here, town of Katalaki, south,
Yeah, I don't see it.
out of the town of I let them. Depends how much time we got. Would it be hard to crowd the town of Baliako? Shut up, Team Speak.
Like some extra fucking arsenal.
The town of Paliaco.
Right.
Forward is blue 4 over.
You're from just to
Blue 4 4, send traffic over.
Forward is blue 4, range is hot.
all
Range
these
is hot.
bullets
Over.
here. These are easier to do. All they gotta do is this side of the town or
Forward blue 4 out.
then clear out from here with all these bullets. I've seen it big, so out through here.
Alpha Fire Team, this is Alpha.
Back
we are going to be moving north towards the flags. If you look a few hundred meters downrange, we're going to be moving with enemies. Over.
Negative, not yet.
Yeah.
Sounds like copy.
So
As soon as I see a head pop up,
We're going to be bounding between cover between the two buddy teams. First buddy team get set, second buddy team get ready to move, okay?
what's that mount? It's convoy actually.
I think they're in the middle, Hescos. I just can't tell.
Alright, buddy teams, we're going to be moving, bounding to each cover. Let us know.
You're in the middle, Hesco.
Let us know when we're ready. First buddy team get set. It'll be me and my automatic rifleman get set.
Team 2 set.
Team 1, you set? Taking fire. Top of the hill, it looks like. Be ready to return fire.
Press fire.
Alright, fire team 1 down.
Already got a man down. Convoy's even worse. Yeah.
Do we need a mic?
But I'd rather for my guys to be training, at least doing somewhat of NACA would have
move,
convoy.
Buddy team 2 set. Right in cover.
For Salvatore, man.
Alright, let's get ready to move. Buddy team 1. Moving.
I gotta set up mortar. Oh.
And McCoy, we're good to get on the GP25, right?
Affirm, just don't hit them directly.
Rifleman, where are you? Automatic rifleman.
You're in close connection. He will be coming back.
Okay.
Ah, shoot, did add without. I didn't pay.
Buddy team 1 set.
AR's on your way.
Sorry, I just had comms to pop up.
Buddy team 2 set.
Team 2 set.
Alright, move. We're covering fire.
Move it.
Yes, sir.
Oops.
I think that's
my
right.
bad. Dropped one. He was standing out way out in the fucking open now.
So, I'm kind of cryptic. I'm trying to tell y'all the fucking you spoke.
I left them over grenades.
Hunt smoke to our front so we can move to the next cover. Alright, buddy team 1, get ready to move to the next cover. Over.
Okay, copies.
Okay, let's move. Buddy team 1 set, ready for buddy team move to move.
Team 2 moving.
Shots, 343. Fucking RPG.
Team 2 set.
Team 1, get ready to move. Team 2 ready to cover. not move. We're gonna be popping smoke for you.
Acknowledged, holding.
Smoke is popped. I repeat, smoke is popped. Still taking heavy cover. Heavy fire, do not move.
Acknowledged.
Alright, fire team, or squad 2, get ready to move. We're ready.
Team 2 moving right. Moving.
You're shooting me through the fucking smoke, huh? Well, fuck you.
You did? You did? You heard that?
Team 2 set.
Hey,
Roger.
McCoy or Vin,
Team 1 getting ready to move.
were you guys monitoring TeamNet?
Team 2
No, what's
set.
their net?
Team 1 moving.
Yeah, it's 100.1. Okay, but I'll just say you heard the R word. But I didn't hear it. I was too busy typing. Yeah, 100.1. It's squad as 100.
And what was the R word?
The R word's repeat.
Blue 4, this is Op 4 on Tree 1, interrogative,
Get your smokes up before you move.
Op 4, Blue 4, send your traffic over.
Alright, Team 1 set.
Blue 4 is Op 4,
Team 1
interrogative.
smoke again. Get ready to move.
Was the
We'll let you know
R word said on
Acknowledged.
the radio, over.
What?
No, well, not on the squad net.
Blue 4,
Probably on TeamNet.
I am not sure, over.
Copy that. We have unconfirmed reports of the R word being said on TeamNet. Op 4 out.
That thing is impossible to use with that goddamn camo netting.
Yeah.
Team 2 ready to move. Team 2 move.
Team 2 moving. Disregard. Team 2 holding. Pin down.
Roger. Do you need a smoke or what's going
Just
on?
in case he did say it.
We had some. Team 2 moving. Moving. Can't move.
Rico leaves. Battle buddy though.
Are you good, Victor? Private Rico is fucked.
Okay. They did say it. He said, if people once said, I repeat, wait for the smoke.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, I already punished him with the thermal barricade grenade on his face.
Oh, God. Oh, you're a dick.
Smith, are they dead?
It has been confirmed that the R word was used. However, punishment's already been made, I assume. Oh, no, they're not dead. They're just silent.
No, I think I just wiped them with the thermal barricade. I put one
No,
on
they're good. Everyone's good.
Oh,
Really?
not for long.
Okay, let's do this shit.
Let's fix that.
Right, everything going.
Oh, apparently it was the fighting leader that said it.
RPG.
We'll be moving out shortly, just hold on.
Rico moving.
Alright, we're gonna have to move here really quickly. Let's get some more smokes ahead of us, make sure we're covered, and then we'll move.
And that's enough. I wish I heard. If I heard, I actually would have put rounds on them. But...
Ow. Oh, Smith, you let me get shot. And it hurt.
I told you I didn't put no invincibility on y'all. I don't lie. I never lie.
How we doing? Are we almost ready to move?
I didn't think you were lying. I think you were just kidding. Jesus, that hurts. Fine, well, now I'm really gonna fuck him up.
Rico's a bit off.
I just healed y'all and I gave you invincibility. No worries.
It's fine. Well, so much for this getting done by 10.
Margiata okay? He's good.
Ready to move? Alright.
Team 2 set.
Team 2 set to cover. Team 1 moving.
Keep pin McCoy. I'm reloading the corner.
Disregard. We're gonna be popping smokes ahead of us, alright?
Roger.
Acknowledged. We're gonna be moving to the dirt mounds to our, looks like our 300 or 310.
Roger, 310.
Moving.
Assholes peeking from the same spot.
Team 2, how you doing?
Team 2 is green.
Roger, Team 1 set to cover. Move now.
Are you set? Alright, Team 2 moving.
Team 2, where you at?
Maneuvering. No. Set.
Oh, you're savage.
Roger. Team 1 will be moving to the house in front of us. Let us know when you're ready to cover.
Team 2 set.
I didn't even see that one.
Roger, Team 1 moving.
Oh my god. Oh, they're running the open. Good God, man.
What I missed? What happened?
These two guys ran out in the open, and I almost took them down, and Ben was playing at a 40 mic or 30 mic. Right
Oh.
Actual, this is Alpha 2IC. Squad, team lead down. Over.
Copied your last, over.
Yeah, no, the 2IC just stepped up on Team Net, so that's good. I mean Squad Net, excuse me. I'm not listening to Team, but yeah, I think the guys behind the house are definitely fucked. Oh yeah, yeah, they are fucked up. Nice job, Van. Jeez.
It's called smoke. I can see exactly where you're moving.
Yeah, it's true. They deserve it.
Oh look, smoke! Look at that.
Magic.
Now my rounds will actively get less accurate.
Or unless they run out the other one. Stop it.
That was Margie. That was Margie though.
I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll let him slide on that one. At least he didn't stop entirely.
I need to be kind to Margiot. He's the only medic.
South, I got one buddy.
Dodged.
I can shoot at him. I'm gonna rearm at this point though, because yeah.
What did
2IC, I need you on our position. Help with casualties, over.
What's that?
Roger, move it.
Hey, Smith, did you hear what Margie said over the radio?
Twice. He needs 2IC in this position. Deal with casualty. What else did he say?
I don't know. He said something over 3-1. I didn't hear him.
No.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything on 3.
I didn't hear anything.
I just heard Squad net.
Margie, say it again, number 3-1. Did you say something for us?
Negative.
See, told you. Ah. Maybe not. If they're doing medical, maybe not. Don't do that yet.
Oh, it was far enough off that you don't have that much range.
Alright.
They just look big.
That's true. They do look bigger than they. That's also what she said.
No, that's never what she said. She either said, "Oh my God, thank God," or "Ow, that hurts."
Alright, boys. How's the cover looking in front of us?
Oh, you smoked him, didn't you?
Oh, he kept staying. You fired, he stayed, I shot.
Yeah, both of us had him 0, and he still didn't move. That's
He tracers, because we're firing straight up tracers. There ain't nothing else.
Yeah, that's a rip. Oh, hello. Oh, safe spot. Really, that's been the biggest issue so far. Is peeking from the exact same fucking spot.
I don't dare peek my head over this hill.
I've run out of RPGs again.
Oh, wrong frag.
Alright,
you guys disregard green smoke.
Copy.
Disregard green smoke.
Alright, let's get a smoke up
Copy.
road ahead. Okay. Alright, good for smoke. We're gonna. Fire team 1 is gonna be moving, and then fire team 2, make sure you're ready for cover us. Roger. Alright, let's get ready to move behind the smokes, boys, to the cover in front of us, okay?
So, copies.
Accurate rifle, but it's 45 rounds.
Jones, I have a few. I'm trying to move with you. Oh.
Copy. Smoke is popped.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was paying attention.
Moving.
Are you going?
Move to the rock in front of us, boys. Right in front of us on the green smoke.
That's it.
Gentlemen, keep it easy on the mortars, please.
Okay, I think we're still ready to move to the flags. I mean, there's still smoke covered. I'll pop one more smoke out.
Is he telling me how to do my job?
Team 2's a little incapacitated at the moment. We can't move very fast.
Well, Smith is sending mortars, and you're sending some other shit. I don't know.
Smith, are you firing mortars off at them?
Affirm.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Alright, provide cover.
Why?
Because I have a grenade launcher that is a mortar.
It is?
Yes, it's thermobaric rounds. They
Well, I didn't know.
Mortar.
I didn't know.
You can put them accurately down.
I did not know.
As accurate, I guess. Try to miss a little bit.
I try to miss when they do stuff smart. They only get hit when they do something stupid.
Sergeant, just wondering if we have no more yellow smokes, can we use other smokes to move, or call it up? Actual, this is Alpha. We're gonna be popping a
Can't be that stressed.
green smoke. It's not disregard it though. Yep, copy. Disregard green smoke.
Because the mortars I put, as you can see, is right here.
Team 2 is
No
green.
way shrapnel could bounce on them.
What's that?
I always put mortars in draw. Draws are somewhere further away from them. I'm putting it right beside them.
Team 2, move to my position.
That will line them down right here.
Team 2, move it.
Alright. Smoke's already popped. We're gonna have to move right now. We're gonna have to move to the flags. Roger.
Roger.
Moving.
I hope they call it out or someone put explosive on that orange.
AR is down.
He literally ran around to the side that wasn't smoked. So, I literally, he had a choice of good or bad, and he chose the wrong way.
Actual, this is Alpha. Disregard orange smoke. Copy, just go to orange smoke.
Disregard orange smoke.
Alright, fire team, you're gonna have to move now if you're able to. You're
Oh,
good
there's
behind
orange.
smokes.
It's Team 2, we're moving. Move it.
Roger.
Not a single 40 mic up here.
Provide cover, provide cover.
Alright, index on the flags now.
How are we doing, fire team? Were you on the point?
Yeah, the team's here.
Yep, index Alpha. Get you guys to condition 4.
Alright, Alpha. Condition 4, or this is Alpha. Condition 4, over.
Roger.
So the copies.
Alright, don't move. Getting me all the hill. Thank you, Sergeant.
Alright, privates in front of us. There you go. Alright, while we're waiting for everybody to come down here, I'm gonna kick this off. Alright. So, don't be afraid to use the equipment that you have. Smokes in general. They're given to us. They're already been fucking paid for by the wonderful taxpayers, so fucking use it. Not doing any good when it's still in your fucking inventory. When it's in your backpack, your fucking plate carrier. So, utilize it. Definitely need more rounds downrange. Definitely. That was very weak with suppressing them. So definitely need to work on that. I'm not saying go full auto and just fucking spray, but you know, throw some rounds out there. You know, 1-2 rounds every couple of seconds. Just start suppressing them. If you can't find them, suppress them. Look for them. You know, you can't look for the guys if you're like this on the fucking H barriers. You know, take a step back, fucking scan real quick, move forward, move down, fucking a few meters, step back. You know, assess the situation. Because they know where you're at a hell of a lot better than you know where they're at. They got the advantage, they got the height, they got the weapon systems. Communication was decent. Be a little bit more assertive. Team lead. You know, I'm not saying be an asshole, but be assertive. You know, if the guys hear any kind of doubt in your voice, it's going to echo down to them. So be confident with the orders you give them, and it'll run a lot smoother. You know, short, concise movement or maneuver orders. That's pretty much the biggies that I covered. Make sure you're bandaged before you're going to move. Let somebody know, hey, you know, I can't move. You know, I'm fucking incapacitated. You know, walking wounded. My legs are fucked. You know, I got to bandage my legs. So, in a instance like that, when you have to move, do your legs, bandage your legs, get fucking moving, get to your next set of cover, start putting down cover and fire, and then work on other parts of your body. But if you ever face with that again, you always work from your feet, your legs up to your head. Always check yourself. You will bleed out the way it is. You can bleed out, you'll pass out. That means the fucking Mike has to give you blood because you haven't been paying attention when you should be bandaging yourself, which means that's stock of blood that he now loses because you haven't been paying attention to yourself bleeding out and all that good stuff. So just stay on top of it. Good that y'all asked me for bandages when you realize you're out. So good on that. Had a couple classes come through where they just fucking were completely fucked up and not asking for bandages because they were, I don't know, scared to or whatever. So just work on those small things. But you know, just don't forget everything else. You always working. I am. Everybody else behind me is also. So that's all I have for myself. Sergeant Smith, do you want to have anything for these gentlemen?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant Margetta. And the only thing that I can see here from you guys, yes, you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
can hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, that's weird. All right, just keep the momentum with your movement. Never slow down. But you guys did adequate of a good job. Continue your pace, and excellent job bringing up the calls or smokes that you're using that were other than the yellow smoke. Oh, just one thing though. Who said the R word? Just learn your moment.
Past me.
That's not acceptable, gentlemen.
Pardon?
Whoever said
The R word.
repeat. Whoever said repeat. Make sure we don't say that. I missed it. However, though, lucky enough someone caught it and notified me. And but if I would have heard it though, you guys would have noticed that you would have gotten about maybe 8 mortars right on top of you. But because I didn't hear it, all I did was just apply pressure with the mortars on both your flanks. So next time, make sure you guys we don't say say repeat. If you did, make sure you immediately say scratch that. I meant to say again or scratch that or disregard whatever. Just make sure we don't say that word. Everyone understand me?
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
One guy. All right, that's all I got, Sergeant Margetta.
Thank you, Sergeant Salvatore.
Thank you, Sergeant.
You speak up, Sergeant.
Better now?
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant. One thing I saw is hesitation. Don't be afraid to take a movement. If it's wrong, you're gonna notice yourself while being shot. Otherwise, use your smoke more to your advantage. And that last run to the HESCO barriers was very ballsy, in my opinion. Low usage of smokes, and it was kind of running like a chicken without a head to the HESCO barriers. Don't try to do that. I know the last run is a quite bit risky, but as you can see, you got cover still over there. You got multiple assets over there to use. Try to use that in your own advantage. That's all I got, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. Yeah, one of the benefits of this is you have room to make mistakes, but you also have room to grow. So don't be afraid to make those mistakes, but also learn from them. You know, don't be shy about doing things. All right, Sergeant McCoy.
It's a good question
Thanks,
for
sir.
him.
Just a couple quick things. First off, peeking from the same fucking area. I saw this way too many goddamn times tonight, and it needs to stop. If you take fire and you've peeked over cover to try and engage, and the enemy fixes that position, don't peek out the same way. They know you're there. They're waiting for you to stick your silly little head out that. To them, it looks like some little kid with a fucking propeller baseball hat on, and they want to shoot that shit right off. So you'll notice if you peek from the same spot, you got shot in the face. Don't do that. Secondly, effective use of cover. There's a lot of times where someone would be sticking half or their entire body out into the open when they could have used, advanced movement to protect most of themselves. So keep that in mind moving forward. Other than that, the smoke stuff has already been touched on. It got better near the end.
What the Grenadier has left?
Something to keep in mind.
So you're asking what the Grenadier had left?
Peeking and effective use of cover. Basically, the two biggies that I saw tonight. Other than that, good job, gentlemen. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant. Corporal Vin.
Thank you, Sergeant. Couple things. Did you have a reason why you didn't go there or there for cover?
Sergeant, I was under the assumption that I had enough smoke cover by the time I was moving. Or Corporal, sorry.
That's fine. Wrong assumption, good action though. Those are both explosives. They will blow you the fuck up if they get shot. They're fuel tanks. So that actually was pretty much the best of a bad situation pushing across, I will have to say. Other than that, situational awareness. I'm not sure who it was that peeked around that rock before you moved across to this field, but you had no smoke cover on your eastern flank and plenty on your west, and someone tried to hook around that corner and assault this position. And I lit them the hell up because of it. Basically, know where the smoke is, move into the smoke, and do not expose yourselves. Other than that, that's pretty much all. Everything else has been covered.
Thank you, Corporal. Sergeant Salvatore, you had a comment?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant. One more thing to touch on. When your buddy goes down, you don't rush him. You throw a smoke, wait to plume, and then drag him or carry him, depending on the situation. That's all I got. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Yep, communication. I don't fucking had a nickel for every time I say it and OSUT, I'd be a rich motherfucker. But communication. Let everybody know what's going on. At the very least, let your fucking battle buddy know what's going on. So, it's time to fucking move, and he moves, but you're incapacitated and you're left behind. Next thing you know, he's way over there, you're way over here, and you're all fucking worlds apart when shit's going on. So, communicate. Specialist Gillen, you have anything for these gentlemen?
Nothing to add. Just one thing. Someone threw a flashbang. The great here at the end was blinded me. So, forget what I'll do that. That's all I got. So,
Yes, thank you, Specialist. Yes, I heard that go off towards the end. Check what it is you're throwing. Bad enough it could be a frag, but believe it or not, a flash can do even more damage. You're out in the field and you get stunned, you can't see shit, and you could possibly at least slip away from a bad frag. That could actually probably be even worse. So yeah, just check before you throw. We're not in that much of a rush that you can't do that. So that is all we have for you gentlemen. Just take it as a learning process, a growing process. I was in your spot. Everybody else was. I had to lead day 2, so I know what's going on. But don't let it discourage you. Keep learning. Got 2 more days of this. Keep taking good notes. You'll look back on this day and be like, damn, I don't know why it was so hard, because that shit's easy as hell. So, that's all I have to say.
Second Sergeant. Private Rico, how many grenade rounds you got?
Talking about 40 mics.
10.
10. Okay. Did you use any of them?
I used 2 or 3.
Okay. You're probably within range after you pass that second escalator barriers. Make sure you use those grenades. That's all.
Roger, Sergeant.
Yep. That's a well asset to utilize. Put a lot of hurt on enemy. All right. So I have nothing else to say to y'all, gentlemen. Do y'all have any questions, comments before we wrap this night up?
Yes, Sergeant.
Said it, Sergeant.
Additional to the Grenadier, if you don't know the range, we all got a fancy vector over here that can provide you the range. So either the Grenadier takes it, or you ask for range. Someone will range your target, and so the Grenadier can range his weapon. That will be effectively used instead of just trying to point pin the location or the estimated area.
Roger. Yeah, I did pull it out at one stage, like far off.
All right, good thinking. That's all, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant. Yep, it'll all come to y'all. I know your fucking brains are in overload, I'm sure. But keep working at it. All right, they're all yours, Sergeant Smith.
Thank you. All right, you guys have no more questions or any more comments? You guys could, you guys have an excellent week and a weekend. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for day 3, followed by day 4 on Thursday. Remember, once again, Sergeant Marjana, now your direct chain of command. If you got any questions related to OSUT, anything outside of OSUT, you can ask. You're free. You're more than welcome to ask anyone who is a squad leader or any other billet in the unit. And make sure you guys fill in for squad trainings. They're about to be throughout the rest of the week. So Friday there would be 3 squad trainings: 3-2, 3-3, and 1-4. 1-4 is at 9, and 3-2 and 3-3 is at 8. And Havoc 3 will be having a platoon training on Saturday at 1900 Eastern or 1800 Eastern. Havoc 2 will be having platoon training on Sunday as well, and there will be multiple squad trainings as well on Sundays as well. Now all of them begin at 1500 Eastern. Alright, if y'all have no more questions and comments, go ahead and stand up. Gentlemen are dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Yep. Some quality words from the Soviet Wombo. Only fools don't rob their tools. Alright.
Really?
Yes. Yes, really. And I don't know who was fucking shooting RPGs, but fuck you.
That was me. What did I hit you?
Yeah, that was kind of a lot.
No. But I see you fucking aiming for me.
I only fired 3 RPGs at you.
Thank you
You're
guys.
shooting those goddamn thermobaric grenades.
Watching.
I can see the smoke trail, and I just...
Guys, take care, and I'll see you guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Actually, I was going to